Hello, it's 7:30, June 25th, 2020. Welcome to the weather update. Mix of sun and clouds today. Not as hot as yesterday. And we do have some showers that have maybe it looks like they might be affecting the South Shore. Uh, but I noticed some dark skies off to the south. But over us, we have partly sunny skies over the middle of the island and further north. But it looks like this area showers might glance Suffolk County a little bit. Um, and you can see the clouds and the showers here too as well. It's like you can see that wave along the stall front. So let's take a look at the current conditions here, and you'll see here that we have temperatures in the upper 70s and low 70s on the South Shore, but in the middle of the island it's mid to upper 70s, mid to upper 70s in Suffolk County. It looks like similar in New York City. It seems like everybody's on the same page. Even cooler in Toms River. They're only in the upper 60s, probably because it rained there. Let's throw the dew point in here. Dew points are a little higher where it rained, the mid 60s for our area. It looks like dew points are in the upper 50s to low 60s. You can see higher dew points on the South Shore too, probably because it's raining here too as well. But for us, it's been dry. Luckily, we've avoided the rain. So let's take a look at the models and see what's going to be happening short and long term. And we'll start with the upper air. Look to the upper air here across the country. So you see that's for the trough, and there's like a front that's hung up over here, so we have a wave that's going along it. You can see that trough kind of moves a little more directly over our area tomorrow, so hopefully that means we'll get into some drier air and more sunshine. Well, we're in drier air, but hopefully we'll get some more sunshine, because the flow is from the northwest. But then that pulls out. You can still see we got that, and then for the weekend we have kind of a westerly flow. And then you can see a trough trying to build again around Sunday, a very weak one. With the ridging, again with that strong ridging in eastern Canada. Again, we've been seeing that a lot this year. And then there's like a trough that's very weak trough that's like cut off over us. So this, at least I would think, it would keep the temperatures down this upcoming week. And then there's another trough after that kind of is off the east coast. So we still have that flow coming from the northwest, and then we have toward the end of the period we have a ridge in the middle of the country. So this would indicate that it won't get that blazing hot here because we don't have a really strong East Coast ridge. Let's take a look at the European. So here is the European model. And you see there's that trough. Similar idea for tomorrow. Trough pulls out. You can see a little bit of it it's like a little bit of it just left behind, I think, over there. And then we have that strong ridging again up in Canada. And this is a little more extensive with the ridge. This is the European model. Seems a little more extensive with the ridge after July 4th. So let's take a look and see how this goes. Oh, yeah, we're already here. Let's go to the GFS and we'll look at see how this looks at the surface. Oh, and by the way, let's just look at another radar here while we're before I go into that, because there are some stronger thunderstorms that are further away from our area. I mean, they're not in our area, so I really don't want to mention them too much. But if you look at this here, you will see there are some stronger thunderstorms. Wait for this to load. And then we'll have to talk about the Sahara dust, too. That, too. You can see there's some stronger storms over Washington, D.C. But anyway, one other thing I want to show you, that is the WPC page. So just so you can see what's happening here in the atmosphere here. You can see there's that stalled front, the low riding along it. So you can see that front's kind of hung up right there, just because it's a shallow trough, so it's not enough to push that front further to the south. So taking a look at this now, GFS CONUS view. Tomorrow, you see we should be dry, but it does have a chance of showers eastern Suffolk County on this. And then we have this very weak high surface high that built in. Here's Saturday, and it's got a chance of shower Saturday with another wave coming along, and that's that trough. You can see the low right here. It's like a cut-off low that's going to kind of linger around the northeast on Sunday. But we're south of that low, so I would think the wind would be from the west-southwest. And then that low moves away, and Monday we hopefully get into a drier pattern. And here's another low that's forming off the coast on Wednesday to kick off July. And then we have another high that tries to build in. Again, very weak highs. But again, this isn't the hallmark of a really hot pattern when we see something like this. In fact, we have weak northwest flow, and it's not until the end of the period that you start to see the western Atlantic ridge try to get itself together again. And we don't want the western Atlantic ridge to get itself together. So let's take a closer look at our area here, and we will look at the NAM model, 12 kilometer. Okay, so let's back it up to here. All right, so here's that light area showers. But for tomorrow, the NAM doesn't really have any showers forming for Long Island at all. It has, and then this other area it has forming goes to our north. Again, we're really starving for rain here. Yeah, Sunday, you can see again most of the shower chances to our north with that low, and maybe we'll get something out of it. But again, if you go to the end of the period and we look at the total accumulated rainfall, it's barely anything for us. So this is a problem when it comes to our drought, which is worsening. Let's take a look at the GFS. GFS is a little more generous because it nicks the east end with that weak low that's going to be over there, but it's really hard to tell what's going to happen with that rain. We have to see what happens, but right now it's looking like we're still going to avoid getting the rain that we need badly. So let's go look at the temperatures now. Here is tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll be in the mid 80s. We'll be more sun, so we'll be hotter than today. Today we did, if we looked at the highs, let me go back to the, look at the highs over our area. Let's do that. Let me go back to this here. If we looked at the highs for today, let's see what we got, because I think we did get it. Yeah, we did get into the mid 80s before the clouds rolled in the afternoon and the temperatures dropped. But we did get into the mid 80s before that happened, and also looks like New Jersey did it as well. Actually, up 89. Why am I not surprised? Tom's River always the hot spot. So we'll probably do it again tomorrow with the mid 80s, and then Saturday, that cloud cover that bleeds in, and maybe the shower chance will keep Long Island cooler. More sun south, so you could be looking near 90 in New Jersey. While we'll be dealing with low 80s. Sunday is the day. Sunday's the day where we're gonna all get a little hot. I think we're gonna have mid to upper 80s with that westerly flow. Could be 90. And for Monday, similar deal. We're gonna be dealing with the heat again, upper 80s. It's not tremendously hot, but it's gonna feel like summer. Here's the last day of June. We're dealing with mid 80s still. And then on July 1st, Wednesday, then we have some cooler temperatures, upper 70s. But then we go right back to the mid 80s and maybe upper 80s on Thursday. Here's Friday. Again, you see that little bit of cool off. But again, you don't see the next really hot day being forecast would be the day after July 4th, which would be in the close to 90. But and that would be the next chance of the heat wave. That's still, what are we, almost 10 days away from there now. So again, the GFS always does this. Of course, it brings us a really strong heat wave around Monday, July 6th, and then kind of backs it off a little bit. But this far out, it's really a crapshoot, with the GFS, because it's indicated that now for a while now that they would have a couple of days in the 90s here on the island, and yet we're still waiting for them. I don't want them, but some people do. So let's take a look at the humidity. We'll look at the dew points here, see what the GFS projects. So we've been enjoying somewhat lower dew points. I think hopefully we hold on to them for tomorrow. We do. It has the drier air over the western part of Long Island. Dew points in the low 50s, but the eastern part of Suffolk County could be a little more humid with dew points maybe in the low to mid 60s. And then I think Saturday we see that humidity come back. There it is. And you see that southwesterly flow. So there's more of a southwesterly flow versus a southerly flow, which means it gets hotter. The sea breeze doesn't get as far inland. But the South Shore should still be okay. And then here's Sunday. Similar idea on Sunday, but we're going to have, again, that westerly flow, which means the middle of the island is not going to be fun. And then here we go into Monday. And you can see that drier air trying to get in again. This just indicates a weak front that's kind of washed out over the area here. Same thing for Tuesday. And here's Wednesday. And now we start setting up into a northeasterly flow, which should hopefully mean more comfortable conditions. With northeast flow would be a nice flow to have. as far as temperatures go, but not all that dry. We don't really see any really dry air, no really good shots coming in. Not until maybe the 7th. That looks like a nice shot right there. But again, this is a ways away. That's fantasy land. I will look at a higher resolution model as far as the dew points go, and we'll look at the NAM for that. This is the NAM 3 kilometer. So you can see the NAM is overdoing the dew points, actually. It brings them up, but then it brings them down again. You can kind of see what's going on. It's like the eastern part, like literally has the eastern part, upper 60s, and the NAM may be overdoing the dew points a little bit. It's been less humid than that. It's not, I think, until Saturday that we see that humidity come in. You can see that strong southerly, southwesterly flow there. Though it looks like the NAM at least has more of a sea breeze on Saturday. Whereas tomorrow there won't really be too much of a sea breeze. Probably similar today. We do have a sea breeze now, but it took a while to get going. So let's take a look at the skies. So here is the sky situation, and see, it has more clouds over the eastern end, less over the western end of the island. This is the NAM now we're looking at. Here's Saturday. Plenty of clouds for Saturday. I'll look at the RGM for clouds as well. Because it would be nice to have some sunny skies, or at least mostly clear skies. Looks like the RGM's a little more encouraging with that. But they could still be, it looks like some pesky cirrus around, according to the RGM. Probably won't be a nice clear sky, although it would be nice. It's hard to get that in this pattern. You need a really good push of dry air from the north, and we're not getting that. Here's Friday. GFS a little more encouraging with tomorrow with that. Plenty of clouds Saturday, Sunday. Monday might be a clear day, though, but again, kind of on the warm side. Here's Tuesday, and we're still dealing with the clear sky, and here's Wednesday. Has some more clouds come in, and maybe with that northeast flow, you could kind of see that cut off right there, and then kind of just hangs around. You could kind of see it cut and then pull away right there. But this is, now we're talking way in advance, so I'm not going to, again, that's fantasy land. Let's look at one more thing, and that is the Sahara dust. In fact, let's go to the satellite for that. Yeah, let's go back to this. So I'm going to change the area so you can take a look at where the Sahara dust is now, all right? I believe it's in the south, so let's southeast, I guess, right? All right, let's take a look at the southeast here. Oh, yeah, there it is. So you clearly see it. We'll make this loop a little longer here, 36. So you can clearly see the Sahara dust. Looks like it's over the Gulf states and part of Florida. We won't be seeing any of that, but it's making the skies hazy in this area. So you can see, you can definitely see it. So if you're in that area, the south, Florida. Let's see if I can get another one here. Gulf Coast. I don't know if they have one for the Gulf. Doesn't look like they do. Southern Mississippi Valley, but I don't think that's going to show it. Oh yeah, it does. There it is. You can see it. Look at that. Look at that thick dust. So it's caught up in the clouds. So I wouldn't be surprised if the rain gets colored. Sometimes you can get red or brown rain from this when the dust gets in there like that. So I would not be surprised if that happens. More oddities with the weather. What else is new? So that's going to wrap up this weather update. I'm going to take a break. I think I'll be back with the net weather update Saturday or Sunday, sometime this weekend. But again, nothing really too much interesting going on in our area, so not too much to really talk about. Anyway, if you're in the south, though, you're dealing with the dust. But I don't think it's coming here because, again, that flow from the west is going to kind of keep it suppressed to the south, I think. So that's going to be it for this weather update. Take care.